Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be going over how I took this short right over here as a rejection of previous balance range low that we had here, consolidation for like 2.5 days, when price then eventually broke down the balance range low. Then we looked for if price comes back to the balance range low over here. We are expecting the sellers that broke down this low and the support level to then appear again at this level to then take the market short for a short scalp. This is the type of trade where this is the only area, if we start rallying up again, this is the only area that sellers could defend it and should defend it, the ones that broke down originally. So it's definitely a quite high probability setup, but I would never go for a longer term move or like a complete reversal of the trend. Like overall, we're still in an uptrend. This is also against very strong buying, so this is a perfect trade to go for a quick short scalp back into the range or back into VWAP or on top of these highs like I did, and definitely not going for a larger move because the overall move is still more important, and this was uptrending in this case. So let's get right into it. This is how I predicted it as well. So I share my pre-market plan every day on X, and there I shared that for shorts, obviously I have other scenarios, but that just completely got eliminated because price went up quite aggressively straight into my level here of pops above pre-market high into 52 till 65, where there's weaker buying and where yesterday's sellers, the one that originally broke down out of the balance range low, where they appear again to take shorts targeting into today's range at the 50s to 30s. And that's exactly what I did. I got short here at the 62 with a 3-point stop loss targeting 50 again for a nice 4-hour trade. And I used Orderflow for this to get inside of the trade and also analyze the overall market and how price approached my level as well. So let's get right into it. So first of all, what I want to say is balance ranges are very important and also very nice to take trades off of. You can take trades inside of them, but that's for another video, and I have some videos on my profile about that. But once it breaks out and it comes back towards that balance range low, you're expecting those sellers to defend again and reject that level, and then you look for a short scalp. So let me show to you what I saw on the book map to then eventually take that short trade. So this was the approach towards my level. This was the approach towards the level of 65 that I had. And as you can see, there's a lot of green bubbles. There's a lot of aggressive buying coming into the market and approaching our level. So I'm gonna show to you here what I saw to then eventually actually take the trade, because how do you go in front of all that buying? How do you step in front of that buying? Well, you can do that using order flow. You can read the actual real-time transactions going on, and you can see the buyers getting smaller at that level. So you're going to see here that price is just going to dwindle a little bit. It's going to stall. And as soon as aggressive selling starts stepping in, that's your cue that you see, okay, this level is getting interesting. So as you can see, buyers are here at the high, but they're not really getting rewarded like these buyers at the bottom. They are buying and price is moving up. But everybody here that's buying and price moves down a little bit. They are late buyers, they are in pain, and they're in drawdown. So you got to take that in mind as well. So let's keep it moving a little bit. All right, so what you want to look for here is trapped buyers at the high with aggressive selling stepping in, right? So every time there's aggressive selling stepping in, that's already something you got to look out for. That's already saying, okay, this level is interesting. These levels are present still at that level from the day before where they originally broke out of the balance range low. So you got to keep in mind that buyers might be getting trapped at the highs. The sellers from the day before might still be present and want to defend this level at least for a little pullback. So any chance that you see that trapped buyers at the highs, how can you see that? Well, these offers here are all getting filled. All of this buying is getting stopped by all this passive selling here at the highs. As you can see, they're not being able to break above these offers. And at the same time, aggressive selling starts stepping in. Now, what you want to look for now is just pullbacks with weaker buying. And what is weaker buying, you might ask, especially on the book map. These are all just bubbles you're looking at. Well, weaker buying for me is just look at the size of green bubbles that come towards the high. Look at the size of these. They're massive green bubbles coming and approaching our level at 65. These are all now getting dried up. They're getting trapped by these passive sellers sitting at the highs, just waiting for all that buying. So now they're getting trapped and you want to see weaker buying on a pullback. Well, if you look at this pullback, look at the relative size of these green buyers, these green bubbles, compared to the ones that actually approached our level. They are much, much smaller, and this is a very good sign already that you might get a quick reversal, especially at a key level like this. as I showed you here on the chart. This is a very good sign that these sellers that broke down this support level, this balance range low, that they're still there and they want to trap these buyers for a quick reversal and a quick short scalp, maybe towards these highs or towards VWAP, whatever you want to do. I shorted into these highs at the 50s right here because that was the first area for me where there could be a possible bullish reaction. So I didn't want to be in my short anymore at that time. And I'm very happy with a 4-hour trade as well. So let's go over this again. We saw a lot of buying at the highs, but they're all kind of getting absorbed by these passive sellers, by these offers here. Then they're not able to break above the high. Aggressive selling starts stepping in. And this is already very interesting to me. I'm not going to get in on the first sign of aggressive selling. I want to see a little bit more confirmation, and this for me was quite good confirmation already. So let me play it in real time right now. This little pullback had a lot of more weaker buying than the rally up. That's very obvious. The size of green bubbles are much smaller. There's weaker buying, there's less excitement to buy at these highs, and they're all getting trapped as well. And at the same time, now aggressive selling is starting to step in, but this could be a very good entry signal for you. And this is where I got long here, short, sorry, here at the 62s. That's where I got short. And let's play it out. I had a little bit of drawdown on the trade though. I'm gonna just fast forward it a little bit. And I had a 3-point stop loss here at the 65s. So this is a very good short signal. As you can see, trap buyers at the highs, offers filled them, then you get aggressive selling stepping in. Then on that weaker pullback, you spot weak buying, they're getting absorbed again. And then as soon as you see aggressive sellers, you step in that trade and you just let it do its thing. And that's basically what you want to see, and that's as simple as it gets. Order flow, you don't have to overcomplicate it. The only thing you have to do is choose the right levels, stay patient for price to come towards those levels, and then stay patient as well for your entry. Don't jump into any trade because there's just some bubbles going on. You have to actually put the story together, make it make sense, and then you can actually execute. So as you can see right now, I put this whole story together that, okay, it's at a very important level. This is the only level and the only chance for sellers to actually get in on this trade, get in on this day. This is the only area where it would be interesting for them to reject again because they did the day before. Price had already moved up so much. Pre-market here from the 6,720s moved all the way up to 6,760, 65. So that's like a 45-point rally without basically any pullback, right? So in my head, we're rallying up since the pre-market without any almost proper pullback. Coming into this significant area where sellers yesterday broke down. Then buyers are getting trapped at the highs by these passive sellers from the day before. Aggressive selling starts stepping in. You get a pullback with weaker buying and aggressive selling again steps in. Well, that's for me a perfect scenario to get in short and then target back into the range or back into the highs. Like I said here at the 50s, that's a very reasonable target. And right now I'm very comfortable in the trade. As I said, I had a little bit of drawdown over here. So right now I'm gonna let the trade play again, but at this point, I was in at 62s. Price is now in my direction for like 6 points, more or less. It's not really good for me to go break even just yet. I want it this low, or at least this low, to get broken. Or, as you could just saw now, my entry got tested once again and started going below this low again. So I think now if we get another flush down, because this all happened quite fast, if we get another flush down, then I'll go break even because I wouldn't want my entry to get visited again. That just means that these sellers are not really strong enough. They're not really present there. We're not getting that flush just yet. There we go. Go below this low and we could go break even then. There you go. So now it's definitely a valid break even point. You do not want to see your entry get tested once, twice, 3 times, almost 4 times, and then still not go break even. That's just not logical at all. And right now you're very comfortable. You're 10 points in profit. Our target is 50s. As you can see, very nice target as well, not only as an analysis of the pre-market, but also where a lot of buying started on that rally up towards our level. Like, you do not want to target past all this buying, especially if you're in all the way at the top here. You don't need to have a target past this. Like, okay, it can happen, but do you really want to risk having a reversal from here and all this unrealized profit that you had just reverses on you? Like, I don't really want to do that. It makes much more sense to me just go for maybe 1 hour less, but be out of the trade completely and have the money that you originally planned for. You execute it perfectly and you don't need to be greedy at all. So target is 50s right over here. I'm gonna put a line there, and this is a very quick trade as well. Like, I got in here 1553 and right now it's almost 15 minutes later, but we're so close to our target. We're break even already. It's a very clean execution. It's a very clean overall market analysis as well. And the market is moving very nice and aggressive. And there you go. Our target just got hit. So there you go. That's just a beautiful and very clean playbook. You have a previous balance range. Once it breaks out of that range, and this scenario, it broke outside of the low of the range, then you're expecting, if price comes back to that range, you're expecting these sellers to come back again and defend these levels. That's exactly what happened. This is a beautiful break and retest basically type of trade for a quick short scalp. The market rallied up so much from the pre-market already into market open as well, moved up more than 40 points without almost any proper pullback. So the market is due for at least a pullback, and this is the area where sellers should defend. So then you look for that entry signal, you look for trap buyers at the high, you look for aggressive selling to start stepping in at the same time, and then any weaker pullback with weaker buying and aggressive selling that steps in, that's your entry signal. And then you wait for a significant low to get broken, to go break even, to have a risk-free trade, and then a logical target based on structure or based on where price might have a reversal on you. So that's the overall analysis for my rejection of previous balance range low trade. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If anything wasn't clear, or if you wanted me to go more in depth about order flow or about bookmap and how I read price action, let me know in the comments and I'll reply to you or even make a video about it. And I'll see you in the next one.